Myself, Krishna Game University. I'm here to present a group presentation of beer game for our subject supply chain management. My group members are Ashik Salim, Jeremy Jose, Kevin Joy, Sai Charan, and Steven Sebastian. So we all know what is supply chain management. Supply chain management involves the managing of flow of goods from the and services includes is the process of converting raw materials to final products to the end customers through flow of information. And also the supply chain management helps us to know how to manage our product and services to the customers. These are the key channels involved in the distribution of products from manufacturer to the consumer. And consumer comes as first, and retailer, group retailer, wholesaler, and wholesale upstreamer, distributor upstream, and manufacturer. It's all interconnected with each other for transforming or transferring the data and goods to customer from the manufacturer. As I said, this is a flow of data and goods. As a flow of data, it's like an order from the consumer, it transfers to retailer, then from the retailer it goes to the group retailer, and from the group retailer it goes to wholesaler, and like that it goes to wholesaler upstream and distributor upstream, and later on to the manufacturer. And this one shows the flow of goods. It's in the opposite or reverse way, we can say. Like the goods flow from manufacturer and it reaches to the end product, reaches to the consumer, as you can see in this graph. And next slide shows what is beer game. Beer game is an online management game in which the players will be assigned to play all the seven roles of distribution channel. That means from how the products flow from manufacturer to the consumer, or from how the consumer's demand is going to the manufacturer. And aim of the beer game is to understand the various challenges of the distribution channels may face during the delivering various goods and services to the consumers from the manufacturer, and also learn how to control the cost in an effective manner while fulfilling the order. This is a slide which represents the players, myself, Krishna, playing the retailer, and my friend is playing, Kevin is playing group retailer, like that. It's a role. Later on, my friends will explain about their roles in detail. This is the key rules or key relationship how the game is played. This slide shows that one. As you can see, the game starts with a channel having 12 units as a stock and further 4 units arriving in the first week time. The shipping duration accounts to 2 weeks from the time of ordering. The goal is to fulfill as many orders as possible while keeping the cost to a minimum. If the stock is inadequate to meet the demand, then the unfilled orders will be transferred to the back order list. And in this game, we were trying to maintain our back order list to be zero by using various strategy. We will explain it later. The cost of the warehousing amounts to $0.5 per unit, whereas the back order will cost us $1 per unit. These are the issues that can be faced while playing the beer game. That means delay in delivery, order distortion, inventory cost, and back order cost. In coming slides, we will know more about these difficulties. These are the various strategies we use to play the game. While using these 4 strategies only, we maintain our back order to 0 and minimize our cost and maintain a steady stock for the distribution and everything. This is a just-in-time management. Just-in-time management will help us to increase the efficiency and decrease the wastage due to overproduction. And effective communication, as you know, it's a very important role to play in this game. We need to communicate with each other, then only the transformation or the transfer of information from the retailer to the wholesaler and to the manufacturer, everything will happen. So only this game we can play smoothly. Anticipating in the order is we are guessing the order, stock, and how much will be. It will be it helps us to maintain the back order zero and reduce the cost of the entire. That strategy really helped us to maintain the stock so that our back order always remains zero in most of the weeks. This is our game total outcome graph, and as you can see that the blue color graph will represent, or in the color represent the stock, and red one represents the backlog, and the green one will be the order, and the yellow one will be the cost. As you can see, our order was high over here, and our stock was really high in here, high at the week first. So we maintained the stock there. Then the back order, we were starting from the first week itself, it was zero, and the fluctuation started for the stock after third week. The fluctuation started for our stock, and for the backlog, still 11th week we maintained almost zero, but the fluctuation started at the 11th week. The back order increased. Then, as I said, we used the old strategy and minimized the back order, and at the end of the 20th week our back order was zero here. Our cost was below $500, and our stock was less, like not less, we maintained it correct way, like 250 and our order was 200. So we have enough stock for our final order and everything. That's why our back order remains zero. So we will explain about each roles later in the coming slides. This is a response to demands. We were taking two graphs to compare the manufacturer, distribution upstream, order versus sellout was this graph, and this one was stock back order versus sellout. As you can see, there is a lot of fluctuations, and we used various strategies like Bullwhip and everything to analyze this thing. This is my role as a retailer. I was doing my job in the group. As you know, retailer is like a connection or link between the consumer and to the group retailer. And given this is my graph for the game, and this one is like you can see the stock was on the first week was told, and back order was like a remained zero, and through the entire game my back order was remained zero till the 20th week. That's just because of we played the group work or teamwork, as like we using all the strategies was mentioned above. I will give you further information about the graph from here, and you can see the key data of the retailer for the entire game here. Stock volume was highest during the 6 to 8 weeks, with each week having 16 units and 18 units respectively. So as I said, the back order was remained zero for the entire week. Highest number of order was placed was in week 3, which was 10. You can see in the graph. On the week 3, the highest number of order was 10. That was the highest one. And units sold on time was 150 sold out. And from week 3, we see a Bullwhip effect in the chart that was caused by a jump of from 12 units to 19 units. I will show you the graph. On week 12, you can see there is an increase of the thing. So the next slide will be explained by my colleague Kevin Joy.
Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Joy and I'm doing MS International Business in Anglia Ruskin University. As a part of a course we have done a BRK, and in that my role was group retailer. As you know, the group retailer means the group it's a creating link between the wholesaler as well as the retailer. So actually my role is I demand the stock to the wholesaler so that I can give the stock to the retailer which he demands. So we have done it's like for 20 weeks, and the chart which you can see this side shows the blue line shows the stock which we have done 12 stocks and we have done for 20 weeks. So in that you can clearly see that I don't have any backlog since I got the stock which was demanded by the retailer, and you can see the green lines here which is the orders and you know the fluctuation. So the wholesaler the retailer was demanding me the different orders, which I got the stock from the wholesaler. So that was going good, and these are the key data which I have collected, and the stock holding was the highest during week 13, and we have 14 units in there, and there was no back order from week 1 to week 20, and the highest number of orders which we placed in week 10 with 15 orders. We got, which means the highest was 15 orders, and the total cost at the end of the week, which I got, was $42. So the unit sold on that time was 153 by 153, which means I got all the stocks which is demanded by the retailer. And from week 3, we could see the bullwhip effect, which means the fluctuations. You can see the fluctuations here. So from week 3 onwards, we got the fluctuations. That means the retailer was demanding different stocks, different numbers. So I got the different stocks for him. And so that was caused in the effect of the chart, and that was caused by the jump from 2 units to 14 units. That means the fluctuation was from 2 units to 14 units, which I got. And this is the chart which I got. Thank you so much. And I was.
Hi everyone, my name is David Sebastian. I'm doing MS International Business in Anglia Ruskin University. As the part of our course, we learn a beer game. In that beer game, my part was a wholesaler. As you all know, wholesaler is a main role is to improve supply chain efficiency, which helps manufacturers and distributors reach end users more effectively. Today, wholesalers serve as an extended warehouse for distributors, granting access to numerous lines of products from national suppliers. As a part of game, my responsibility was taking orders from group retailer and demanding orders to wholesaler upstream. We done this game for 20 weeks. As we start from first week, you can see my stock was 12 units and the backlog was 0. The order was 10. This green line indicates the order. This order done by group retailer. That was my colleague Kevin Choi. He ordered 10 units from me, and I have stock 12 units. So I can easily give him 10 units. So my stock that will be 2 units remains. Like that, we done the game till 20 weeks. In between, you can see some red lines over here. That means backlog. When my group retailer asked me order for some demand for some order, then I don't have that much stock in my hand. Then the back order will happen. If they order more than the which I have the stock, then the back order will occur. Then we need to remain back order 0. Then only our cost will reduce too low. That will be the effective beer game. And I just sorted out key data on my wholesaler. My stock was highest during 1 to 11. You can see 1 to 11. Week 1 to 11. The units was the unit was 12 units. And in my beer game, in our beer game, only I have the back order. Rest of my colleagues maintain back order always 0. You can see week 12. You can see 12. The back order was there. Then highest number order placed in week number 3. You can see week number 3, highest order, the green one, 12 units. And the total cost end of the we played 20 weeks. My total cost was you can see $55. Only one I am just sold 141 units among 150. Just 9 units remain when our game finished. From week 2, you can see bullwhip effect. Bullwhip effect means the fluctuations in the stock lines. This will happen from week 2. Week 2 means here. The fluctuations start from here, like this. And we already played very well. And the next topic will explained by my colleague distributor Ashik Salim. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Arshit Salim. I'm doing Masters in International Business in Anglia Ruskin University. Today I'm going to explain the role of distributor in beer game. Distribution can be defined as the process of delivering the right product at the right time, in the right place, and in the right condition for the consumer to buy them. Here, my role as a distributor, as a channel between wholesale upstream and distributor upstream. My responsibility is to supply stock to wholesale upstream as per his demand and demanding my order to distributor upstream. If I order excess stock to my distributor upstream, it will affect the entire game by becoming back orders or back orders. So I need to check deliveries, how many units of stock are being delivered to you from wholesale upstream, and check orders. Check orders means how many units of stock are being delivered to my wholesale upstream. Deliver stock. Deliver as much stock as you can to satisfy demand in the game. This step will be performed automatically. Make order. Then last one is make order decision. Decide how many units of stock you need to order from your wholesaler to keep your inventory safe. Yeah. So here we can see the see a graph which shows the entire game. Stock holding was the highest in the week for having 16 units. Here we can see that stock holding was only highest in the for having 16 units. Yeah, here we can see that on the first week it was like 40 and it was reduced likewise. So I didn't keep any back order from the first week to last week onwards. First week onwards. Highest number of orders was placed in week number 1 with order 40. That we already seen that. Total cost at the end of week 20 was 92. It was the sum of how much back order and stock. The next one is units sold on time, 141 out of 141. I sold all the units what I buy from the wholesale distributor upstream. From week 2, could see a blue effect in the chart. That was caused by a jump from 4 unit to 16 unit. Here we can see the fluctuation what happened on the game. It was fluctuating from the first unit to 20 first week to the last week. Anyway, thank you so much. The rest will explain by my colleague Sai Charan.
This is Sai Charan, and now I would like to tell you about the beer game, about the group video presentation. So in this video presentation, I would like to tell you the few points like manufacturer, distributor upstream, distributor, wholesale retailer, and the wholesale upstream. So in this beer game, I played my role as a distributor upstream. So you can see about the distributor upstream. The role of the distributor upstream is to create the link between the distribution and the manufacturer. So as it is given below in the chart, as the trade carried by the distributor upstream during the 20 weeks. So the difference between the upstream and downstream is like it's unusual to hear the people involved in production make frequent reference to the upstream and the downstream parts of the process. Upstream refers to the material input needed for the production, while the downstream is opposite ends where products get produced and distributed. So now we can see the key data on the distributor upstream. So when it comes to the key data, stock holding was highest in the week 10, having 15 units. There is no back order during the week 1 and at the end up to the week 20. The highest number of order was placed in week 3 with 18 orders. Total cost at the end of the week 20 was $61. Units sold on time is 142 units out of 144 units. So from week 3 could be from week 3 onwards it was a bullwhip effect in the chart that was caused by the jump from 0 to 15 units. So this is about the distributor upstream. So next about the distributor, my friend will continue.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy Jose. I am doing MS International Business in Anglia Ruskin University. We already played a beer game and my role was manufacturer. As you all know, manufacturer plays a vital role in supply chain. Flow of goods begins from manufacture and ends in consumer. Manufacturing in supply chain defined as an activity which utilizing a variety of capabilities adds value to material, thereby making possible different uses of that material. Each step in the manufacturing process adds value. The role of manufacturer is to create link between distributor upstream and suppliers. The chart shows the total trade carried by the manufacturer during the 20 weeks. Following are the key data. Stock holding was highest in week 4, having 18 units. You can see that 18 units. Yeah. And there is no back order. Highest number of orders was placed in week 3 with 12 units. Week 3, 12 units. You can see that from the chart. Okay. From week 3 could see a blue hip effect in the chart that was caused by a jump from 2 units to 90 units. Me and my colleagues already mentioned a blue whip effect on the previous graphs. A blue whip effect is a concept that helps in explaining and in inventory fluctuation. Me and my colleagues already mentioned the bullwhip effect on their previous graph. The bullwhip effect is a concept that helps in explaining the inventory fluctuations and the inefficient assets allocation as a result of demand changes and the risks that we need to be aware during the game. The first one is delays. Sometimes the demands for the beer cannot be fulfilled. The suppliers may also be out of stock. The second one is shock. Excessive orders may lead to shocks in supply line, which can lead to increase in the overall supply chain cost. The last one, inventory cost. The inventory cost will increase if we order too many beer. Yeah, let me conclude the video presentation. This game helped us to experiment how our real organization functions. The game includes 7 players, which includes retailer, group retailer, wholesaler upstream, distributor upstream, and manufacturer. The main objective of the beer game is to minimize the total cost for everyone in the supply chain. And the biggest challenge we faced in the beer game was preventing the back orders. Thank you.